Hey everybody, I think I have a problem with my brain, and I think I feel like I am a loser. And I think the reason I feel that is because I used to get success because I was less afraid to try things out. I was less afraid to be wrong. And what I mean by that is 3 years ago when I started my first software company, I knew nothing about cold email. I knew nothing about SEO. I knew nothing about acquisition. I knew nobody in the SaaS space. Still started a software company and got decent traction with it. Still made money with it. And today I know more, 300 times more than what I used to know. I advise so many different SaaS companies on what needs to happen next. But because I did not make a lot of money with the first time, I have just incapacitated myself from trying again because I don't want to fail. That pain of failure is preventing me from trying again. And I understand how my friends are frustrated in me because I never ship the SaaS. I just keep chasing a new thing because nothing seems good enough for me to just persist. It's like the shiny object syndrome where I just keep chasing and chasing and chasing. And yeah, eventually you need to get lucky to have your break. But guess what? You just have to try a lot of times in order to get lucky. And you cannot be afraid of trying because you have lost before. You should be ready to get humiliated again, ashamed again, have your effort go in waste, but keep trying, keep enduring, which I'm not ready to do for whatever reason. I just feel so paralyzed. I feel like I feel there have been so many times I've tried and I've not persisted, and yeah, I still get signups for Crew Charge. I still get signups and money for Inbox Pirates. I still get support tickets for Inbox Pirates. It was not a stupid SaaS. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to add Outlook to it after some time. The same with Inbox Pirates Consult. I just was I didn't want to deal with shitty customers, and I just stopped promoting myself. I make more money than the average Joe. But that is if you're comparing me against a person who is salaried as an employee. I suck at building businesses. I suck at building products. In my mental state, I feel so ashamed that I've turned into this fat person in the mind and physically to not try again. I feel ashamed that I have to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning screaming with fear of being mediocre. I feel ashamed that people who have less wisdom, less skills, and way less IQ make more money from their companies than me because they are ready to stick to something for longer, even if it makes lesser money, even if they're not consistent, they just keep pushing, even if it's not growing at the rate that they want it to be, even if it's causing other problems. There are just people who are much better than the skills that are actually required for success, which is like putting up with shitty people, hiring better people, talking to investors, dealing with the problems of the business model. I am just addicted to chasing dopamine. I am not here for actually building a business. I am incapable. I am incapable. And I feel nothing but shame. I feel nothing but shame. I feel nothing but regret. And one day when my son asked me, how did you spend your 20s? I don't want to be there saying, I had all this potential and I did not do my best. Sure, I had other things. I did not have a great health. I did not have a lot of opportunities. I did not have the right mindset, but I have them now. And I should be using them. I'm not. And I'm not. Something is just fundamentally flawed in me. But it's not like I don't believe in change. I believe in change. I quit smoking recently. I quit smoking before. I quit for 4 years. So I do believe that people can change. Hopefully the change comes from documentation, persisting, and just like convincing myself and understanding the game much better. Teaching myself all those things that people have who come from generations of running businesses understand that I failed to understand about running a business or running a startup. I want to stop being I want to stop chasing the new best thing. I want to stop being afraid of failure. And I want to be consistent. I want to stick to something even if it sucks. Let it be weight loss. Let it be quitting smoking. Let it be that new startup. That's what I don't have. I am afraid of failure. I am not consistent. I'm not okay with the shitty parts of anything that I try. I have very low tolerance for people. I cannot wait for success. And I'm just not disciplined enough. Those are my drawbacks. What am I going to do now that I know them? What are you going to do? Are you going to continue being a loser that operates at 10% of what you're capable of? Or are you finally going to change your life? Are you always going to wake up at 5 a.m. screaming that your life is never something that you wanted it to be? I don't want that for the rest of my life. I would rather have uncomfortable days now. And those days might be months, those might be years, and it might even take a decade or two. But I'm pretty sure I will be where I need to be in the next 20 years if I just be more consistent, if I just stick to something even if it sucks, if I just tolerate people more, if I just am consistent. That's what it takes. Just don't be afraid to fail. Stop being afraid to fail. I don't know, you are not afraid to face failure. But something happened in your head when the first time it didn't work out. But you got all of this money, this new couch, that new TV, this iPhone, you're recording it on because you were not afraid of failure. You got ahead of 90% of people in your life because you were not afraid of failure, and now you're afraid of failure because you think you have something to lose. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. Fail more. Be consistent. Stick to it even if it sucks. Be more tolerant of people. It is gonna suck. It's just a matter of how long. Something has to change. Something has to change. This is not a way to live life. Forget the past. I don't care. I don't care. Please forget the past. Get your shit together. Get your shit together. You know what you're worth. You know what you're worth. Why are you behaving like this? Why are you letting people who don't have your wisdom have things that you are supposed to have? Why are you living a life that's so bad? Why are you allowing yourself to be this bad, this ugly looking, well, I wouldn't say poor, but yeah. I wouldn't say ugly. I'm pretty beautiful. But yeah, that's what it is. Again, I'm repeating because your dumbass clearly cannot understand. Stop being afraid of failure. Be more consistent. Stick to something when it sucks. and work out and eat less shit. That's all. Can you do these four fucking things in your life? Because the best ideas are overlooked by other people. And you have to start small. And you have to have a good wallet share or a good market share of that small part for you to become OpenAI. And you want to become OpenAI when everything is established and there's a formula. If there is a formula, the returns are low. That's what it is. High risk, high reward. If it's predictable, then it's like, yeah, it's not gonna work. That's not what a startup is. There needs to be risk, there needs to be growth, and it needs to be small at first, but a big majority of a small set of people who love it. You know all these things. You advise CEOs who make 40 million a year. Why don't you give that advice to yourself? Yeah. So if something is small, do it. Don't do it for the money. Find a way to balance. Find a way to take care of your health. Find a way to work out. Find a way to stop eating junk. Find a way to stop being afraid of failure. Find a way to constantly keep testing new ideas. Find a way to do volume when it comes to startups. Have this as your mantra. You can do it. You can. If you can do it, nobody else can do it. Like after all the shit you have been through, and you know that. Like you know all of this. You know all of this after everything that has happened in your life. After the amount of wealth that you see, when you see $20,000 in your bank account, did you think it was gonna be possible 3 years ago? No, it's like you didn't expect that to happen. You just like kept doing it. And that's what you need to do again. Just because you got a little ahead than all the other people. Now it's like, oh, I want to be safe. I don't want to take risks. Oh, I'm afraid of being looked like an idiot. You weren't afraid to look like an idiot 3 years ago. That's how you are where you are today. Do you get that? It's like if you were afraid about failure 3 years ago, you wouldn't have all the money you have today. So you just gotta get yourself more out there. Why do things have to be at their worst for you to work at your best? Why do things have to be absolutely at their worst for you to work at your best capacity? Why do you need someone else to push you? Why can't it be you when things are good? Why are you afraid of failure? Why can't you be consistent? Why can't you just try? You try and you fail and you can tell your son 20 years from now, hey, your dad actually did try. I mean, I tried everything. And I'm pretty sure by the time you tell that story and you have actually tried, you would have been rewarded for that. There is no possible way where you've constantly tried, you've constantly done everything you said you're going to do, you've constantly stuck to something, even if it's shit. If you're constantly consistent, there is no possible way for you to fail. You will get lucky. You will get lucky. That's what it is. Luck is just volume. Luck is just like a placeholder for people who don't understand statistics say when they say, I have not done enough volume. That's what it is. You just need more volume. You just need more volume in terms of how much you try, how hard you try, as well as how many things are you going to try. Right? That's what it is. And it's going to suck. It's not ideal. And you got to stick to something for long enough. You're not doing that. Everything you try for 2 months, you do it in a half-assed way, and then like you move on to the next thing. There needs to be a better formula in terms of like saying, I've tried the best I can. And then you move on. right? How long can you persist? Your persistence is lower than your friend who succeeded. I know that. I've seen that. You have that fire for a couple of days and then that's it. Now, what's the next thing that can give me an immediate reward? That's how you think. Your dopamine is fucked up. Your brain formula is fucked up. That's not how you do it. You need to keep doing it without the reward. You have to keep putting up with the shitty automations inside of some GUI. You have to keep up with the shitty clients who ask stupid questions. You have to keep up with shitty people. That's what it is. That's what it is. And you're gonna do it. I mean, like, I've seen you change. I've seen you change so many things. You might not be able to see the effect now, but yeah, you are sweating more in the gym than you ever have before, right? You have successfully quit cigarettes. It's been 7 days now. Change is happening. Change is coming. Change is happening. Change can absolutely happen from just thought. And when you double down on your thoughts and you stick to that, change will happen. Everything can change, everything will change. You didn't think you were gonna stay in this big place. You didn't think you would be able to buy anything you wanted in cash. Things change. Things change. People change. Change stems from thought. Thoughts and those good thoughts come from faith. You just have to believe in yourself. Sure, you fucked up, but you were also right so many times. People would die to have your life, and they trust you. They're jealous of you. But you don't trust yourself because you failed a couple of times. What a fucking shame. You always forget all the times you've succeeded. So start believing in yourself. Start having some faith. Start being more consistent. You're not able to take a bet anymore because you're so afraid of being wrong. Why are you so afraid of being wrong? Be wrong. It's okay. It doesn't matter. All of this doesn't matter. Nothing fucking matters. Just be wrong. I don't care. Just keep playing the game. Just keep playing the game. If you can't do this, nobody could have done this. Of everything you've done in your life, if you can't do it, nobody can do this. And I mean that. And you know I mean that. So fucking do it. Like, fucking stop fucking acting like a loser. Start behaving like a winner. Start having all the right things that you need to keep in your mind. Be fucking consistent. Try more things that are much harder. Keep doing it when it seems like shit. Be more consistent at it and put up with shitty people and shitty clients. It's that easy. It's not that hard. And you can do it. You have done this before. Continue to do it.